What's happening? It's Richie from the Mac and Cabby channel. I hope you're all doing well today. So I just wanted to do just a quick post match thoughts and what I think is going to happen in the playoffs. So again today, I was prior to the match, I was very confident. I was feeling really positive. I thought, today's the day that we might turn this form around and secure a great win against QPR. Because this is what we've been promised for weeks and weeks, coming from Regis, coming from the players themselves, you know what I mean, when they're doing the interviews and the talks and things. We were promised, a couple of games ago, I think it was after the Oxford game, that we were just going to switch it and change the momentum, you know what I mean, and try and turn this form round. But yet again today it hasn't happened. My thoughts on the game, I mean, again, it's just the same thing week in and week out, isn't it? You could tell some of the players today, in my opinion, they've obviously been told not to give 100%. Maybe he's playing at sort of like 70 odd percent, you know what I mean, compared to what they would play in a normal match. But there was just nothing, just no product, nothing going forward again. Certain points in that game, Mayenda was very, very isolated. He wasn't sort of like getting the support that he needed from the midfield, from the likes of like Chris Rigg, Patrick Roberts, and even Lefebvre. I think even Lefebvre I think he struggled on that left-hand side again today. He wasn't quite at it. He did have a couple of spells, you know what I mean, coming forward when he was linking up with Sirkin, and it did look quite positive from him. But again, he was very quiet, and for me at the minute, it's just very concerning that we're going in to the playoffs on this form. 5 games now lost in a row. I heard a stat there, somebody saying that apparently this is one of the worst runs of form of any team going into the playoffs. 5 games and a lost in a row going into the tie. So I've got to admit, I'm just so deflated. I just don't know where it's all going wrong for us. I mean, could it be that we're just sort of like, we're not, even now, we're just still not playing it with full potential and we're not giving 100%? Is this the plan coming from Regis Lebray? Is this why he's telling the players? Is it coming from higher up? You just don't know. I'm just very disappointed and I'm just very frustrated having to see this week in and week out, because this is not us. This is not us, especially what we did at the start of the season. I mean, what a contrast from the first half of the season to the second. I mean, you would think we were a completely different team at the first half of the season, you know what I mean? We were top of the league for quite a number of weeks, and other teams were starting to, like I've said before, with fear playing us, and that's just seemed to have dwindled away. I don't want to bang on too much about that, because I think every single Sunderland fan out there is probably feeling the same, you know what I mean? They're probably feeling deflated and a bit angry and a bit of frustration, you know what I mean? We're kind of just left in limbo as fans as to know what's going on. But going into these playoffs, we certainly can't play like we have today, because I'm telling you now, Coventry City will roll us over. And like I said before, if we do play like we have today in these past few games, I mean, after the first game in the playoffs, it could be well over for us, and that'll just be such a sad end just to see that, Can we just flick a switch? Can we just turn this form round and produce better than what we've been producing lately? I've got to admit, I'm not sure. I don't know, and I think, personally myself, I'm still kind of in hope that that is going to be the case and we are going to turn it round and come out as a different team against Coventry. But there's still that part of us that's thinking, I can't see it. I just can't see it. Just flicking the switch and you know what I mean, and playing, back to the style of football that we were playing at the start of the season. It's going to be very tough, and it's very hard at the minute to see any hope and to have any optimism as a Sunderland fan. But we've got to just try and get behind the lads, and you know what I mean, just try and give them as much support as we can. But at the same time, we need that paid back to us as well. We need to see those players on that pitch giving everything for the shirt and doing their very best to try and get this club back where we belong. So going into these Coventry games, I am nervous. I am very worried. I am feeling very frustrated and a little bit angry, like I've said, with just the way it's been going. So it's going to be a long week. Let's be honest, right? Going up the Friday, every single Sunderland fan, it's going to be on your mind. We are kicking off on Friday at 8 o'clock, and I believe it is on Sky Sports as well. The other playoff game is on Thursday, so the Sheffield United match will be on the Thursday, and we're playing on the Friday. And then we are at home again on the Tuesday. But we've got to, come on, man. Are we going to get another opportunity like this, in the next few seasons? I mean, in my opinion, I can't say it, because obviously we would have to rebuild the team with the amount of, players that will probably leave the club. We don't know that's for definite yet, but that's probably more than likely what's going to happen. I mean, we will definitely lose Enzo Lefebvre, and we'll definitely lose Chris Meffam, two massive players for this season. It's just very sad. It's very sad, and like I say, I'll keep repeating it, very frustrating as a Sunderland fan. But I've got to live in hope. I've got to live in hope that next Friday we're going to see a difference, and we're going to see the Sunderland team that we all want to see, and the tactics from Reggie as well, that we want to see as well, playing on the front foot, pressurising the defence. Today at QPR, we're quite happy playing the ball out from the back. And we only had sort of my end up pressing them at the back, and it was just far too easy for them to play around at the back. I mean, if we do things like that against Coventry, we're just going to get torn apart. But yeah, let's hope. Let's just hope we can turn this round, and let's just see, if this is what we want as a club. Is this what we have in our plans to get promoted? Because there's obviously that mixed bag where, some fans are saying, like they don't want it to get promoted this season, excuse after excuse, you know what I mean? Why? I mean, it's, we've got a fantastic opportunity, like I keep repeating, and I think we should really, just really go for it. If we go for it, right, and I can see ambition on that pitch, and I can see players giving everything for that shirt, and we still get beaten, we'll get knocked out, that's fair enough. I could handle that. But what I can't handle is just sort of like half-arsed efforts from the players, and the tactics just all over the place. I mean, we had two up top today as well. I mean, Isidore come on and played with my hand up, but it was just the same thing, you know what I mean? We're pumping the ball up top, we're pumping the ball out of the wings, and we're losing possession 9 times out of 10, and that sort of tactical style's not working. We used to push a lot through the middle as well, you know what I mean? I said on the stream a little earlier today that our midfield, the likes of Dan Neil, Chris Rigg and Job, they were absolutely fantastic at the start of the season. You know what I mean? What a midfield trio we had on our hands, and that's where our strong point was coming from. Yes, we've got Mundell on the left wing as well, because when he's out, you know what I mean, we'll miss him big time. But what's happened to our midfield, I just don't know, and I don't want to get into it, and I don't want to bang on about it too much. We can all see for ourselves on the pitch what's happened, but I think we've got to really, really just put it at Coventry, because if we go down to Coventry on Friday, the best outcome for us, I think, is obviously if we beat them, which is absolutely fantastic. But I think it's like something like 40 years since we've actually won at Coventry. I mean, don't quote us on that, because I think I'm not 100% sure whether that is correct, but it's been roughly about 40 odd years since we've beat them down there. It's going to be a tough game either way, but what I want to see is us frustrating Coventry, playing a little bit of a dirty game as well, maybe. And even if we can come back to the stadium like with a draw or a win, which would be even better, I'll be over the moon with that, because then it's in our hands. Then we're at home. You know what I mean. We've got the slight advantage then. But it's certainly going to be a very, very tough game against Coventry, and I think all of us as Sunderland fans, we were dreading playing Coventry in the playoffs. I know myself, I was as well a little bit worried, and I was a little bit more concerned about Borough, because if we lost to Borough in the playoffs, then we wouldn't hear the end of it, let's be honest, right? But let's just see a little bit more effort, a little bit more enthusiasm, get back to the Sunderland that we all know and we all love, and just get some smiles and some more happiness to our supporters, and to bring it to our club as well, because we can do this. We can. We've got the squad. We've got the team. You know what I mean? We've got it. We've got it all there. We just need to put it together now. But yeah, so anyway, in the comments, let us know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong or whatever, I don't mind, honestly. I'm open to all different opinions. I just think, you know what I mean, we're going to have to, you know, grab the bull by the horns, to put it that way, and go out against Coventry and just play our best football we possibly can. Like I say, if we put it out in that pitch and leave it all out in that pitch, and we still come away with a defeat, then fair enough. I'll be upset and I'll be a bit disappointed, but at least we've given everything we've got. We need to get some shots on target as well. I mean, our attack is just appalling, but I've already been through that, and I've had me say on the attack. Like, so let us know what you guys think, and as always, take it easy, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on Friday, man.